What you doing, other nerds? I'm VAC, and this week I read a good little book, and I've watched a handful of other trailers. So first, let's start with the book, because that's what I want to talk mainly about. Because it was not typically something I would normally read, but it was short, it caught my attention, and I really enjoyed it. And the book is What Did Tashi Do by Anangsha Alammyan, and it's pretty intense. It's kind of short, but they're able to pack plenty of intensity into it. So, first off, as someone who has never experienced events that happen in this, and I've never even knew of anybody that has, um, all these comments are coming from someone who just read the book, and this is what I was thinking during my reading. So, what the book is about? It's about this woman Tashi who's being blackmailed by this pervert who found was able to get a hold of some dirty pictures and videos and stuff, and he's pretty much just wanting more. He's taking advantage of her. He's threatening her. It gets to the point where he knows where she lives, and but she doesn't know what to do about it. Um, she talks to her ex, and he's like, "Go to police." And like while reading, I was like, "Yeah, go to police." But then it's kind of like she doesn't, even though that seems like what you should do. Like, what else are you going to do? You're just going to give in. But she's afraid this stuff will get released. Um, it will burden her mom, and she doesn't want to have to cause any more trouble. But it's like, it's going to escalate. It's going to get worse, and you're probably going to end up having to go anyways. You can't just do this forever. But, it parallels reality of stuff like this isn't always believed, it isn't always taken seriously. So, yeah, it's a problem. It's a big issue. Eventually, of course, she does go to police. Um, she goes and meets one of her old friends after being stuck in her room and being antisocial because she's paranoid and scared beyond belief. And he's finally like, no, we gotta go do this. They finally go. And luckily, the police, they get right on it. They figure it out right away. And like, that's it. That's all it took. And I was like, that's the ideal. That's what you want to happen. Turns out, though, the whole time I was trying to think. I was like, who's this going to be? Is it someone she already knew? Is it her friend? Is it her ex? Is it her ex's friend? Because when I read mystery stuff like this, that's what's always going on. I'm always trying to figure out who did it. And maybe it takes away from the actual story and I enjoy it, even though I still enjoyed it. But maybe that's what, mystery kind of stuff is supposed to do. I don't know if this is actually supposed to be a mystery or not. Um, but, I mean, it has mystery elements. But it turns out it was nobody she knew. It was just some random IT guy who knows how to use computers and was able to get a hold of her information, partly because of her ex's fault, even though it was unintentional. And I like that. I like that it wasn't someone they already introduced, because in mysteries they usually like to do. They introduce the character in some way and then make it his fault. Whatever. No, this is more realistic. The hackers, people who are able to get this kind of information, are just random people you've never met before but know how to use computers. That's it. That's what I like. And it's ideal that situations will be taken seriously, stuff will get solved and handled like they should. But she still seemed to have this little paranoia. It's like, oh, what if he gets out on bail and still gets all this stuff done? And please, like, reassure her, like, that won't happen. If he does, it'll make it even worse for him. All that stuff. So then the last chapter is a nice conclusion, also like a public service announcement of like, hey, keep your information private. Be careful what you post, all that kind of stuff. And she did it in a nice way, to where it was still just a nice conclusion without being upfront. And then an epilogue just to show she moved on. What this traumatic experience could have been, she's learned to deal with. which I guess isn't always the case. And from what I saw about the author, she included a little note at the end. Not to the same degree as what she wrote about, but she was also um, a victim of, online information being stolen and, you know, the paranoia she felt from all that. So, overall, this book is great at getting me to feel and start to understand how terrible of a situation this would be, even though I've never had any kind of experience with it. So, I would highly recommend it. What Did Tashi Do? It's a good read. It wasn't too long, but it has plenty to offer. Now, moving on to the trailers. So, my video last week, right after I recorded it, two trailers dropped. One I'm super excited for, and that is the new season 5 of Magician's trailer. I want to talk a whole lot about it. I won't. I'll spare you all that and all the gibbering, ranting, all. Though I really want to, but I already made a video on it. So unless you want me more, I can give you more. I want to give more. I want more. Nah, but I'll spare it. So, it looks like the overall theme of this season is going to be there's too much magic. And I kind of got this case at the end of the 4th season because you see the magic just flowing out of the mirror. And you're like, okay, yeah. And you see some things like be surprised and things go wonky and whatever. Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what too much magic actually means. You see in the trailer, Katie is like, this is the literal end of the actual world. Okay, well, that seemed to be the situation in every season. So, how is this going to be different? But yeah, it'll be cool. Too much magic, you can imagine just being big effects, which from the trailer I saw, there's a lot of cool, visually stunning, effects that you see. I mean, it's a world of magic, so you should already be seeing it. This is just going to be bigger, right? Yeah, we'll see. Another part I was pretty much reconfirmed with this trailer is Margot and Elliot getting back to past Fillory, or I guess present Fillory, to save Josh and Finn. Because Josh and Finn are showing a whole lot more in this one. And it also shows Margot and Finn, about to fight it out. I think this is more of a ploy, more of an act, just to get Margot back on the throne because she was banished from Fillory, which was also faked, kind of, more or less it was. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen with that. Also, unlikely pairing, which you haven't seen too much of, is between Ellie and Alice. You see them in the trailer together, and it's more about grieving the loss of Quentin. And you get it, they're both, his lovers to some degree. I mean, Quentin spent a whole lifetime with Elliot, and then Alice was there a little bit. So, I guess Alice is important, whatever. Elliot's my favorite character though, so I'm looking most forward to him this season anyways. But my least favorite character, Julia, seems to not be grieving Quentin at all, even though they were best friends, or whatever, if they were actually friends, for most of his life. And I say that because I don't like Julia. I don't like Julia at all. She is a bitch. Like, straight up. And like, I get it. She's been through some shit. Like, some really bad stuff. But she was a bitch before all that stuff happened, too. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Julia. Maybe she does grieve, and they just don't show in the trailer because I don't know. But I feel like I have so many hypotheses and theories about what the show's going to be doing. I feel like the focus will generally turn towards Julia more than the rest of them. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, everyone gets their good fair share of time. I want to be focusing mainly on Elliot though. We'll see. I don't know. Or Margot. She's cool too. But yeah, that was the Magician's trailer. Really looking forward to it. Really want to just talk even more about it. But there's a handful more that came out. Also, that came out on the same day was a Black Widow trailer. I don't necessarily want to say tired, but there's been a lot of Marvel movies. And I like Marvel a lot more than DC, but also the timing of a Black Widow movie is weird. You know, if you saw Endgame, you saw she's dead. Um, you know, supposedly. They could always do something weird. I don't think they would though. But yeah, I think it would have been better if this movie came out before she was dead. I feel like it would have had a lot more attention given to it. I know I would have been more interested in it because I was really liking Black Widow as a character. It's just now she's gone. Like, well, shouldn't we keep moving on? And the reason I think they're doing this maybe is because the movie, even though it's a Black Widow movie, isn't just about Black Widow. Apparently, she goes back and you know she has family and other stuff who are also some kind of vigilante kind of people, and those are intriguing enough to get me to want to watch the movie a little bit more. I I don't watch a whole lot of movies, and I don't go to theaters to watch movies unless I've really been excited for them a while. And the movie trailers I'm going to talk about in the rest of this video, you know, not that intriguing, not enough to make me go to theaters. Maybe if I catch it on a plane or something, I'd watch. I feel like I watch a lot of the newer movies on planes because I've been flying a lot lately. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I was thinking more of a typical action spy movie with Black Widow, but now that it shows this other group, I don't know. Maybe it will be more team superhero kind of deal and whatever. I don't know. It's intriguing more than it did before. So maybe if I get in the movie, I'll go see it. The other trailer came out this past week was a new Mulan trailer for the live action. And yes, I was one of those people who, when they found out Mushu wasn't going to be in it, I lost a whole lot of interest. Because Mulan is one of my favorite movies, and I was really looking forward to a live action. And I thought the Aladdin live action, I love that one, because that's also one of my favorite Disney movies. Uh, this one's going to be a lot more serious, it looks like. It looks like they're going to be basing it a lot more on the actual tale of Mulan and not so much the animated season movie. But yeah, I don't know. It looks fine. It looks really intense. It looks like it's going to be a really action-packed movie. But I'm not so much into the serious action. I like more comical action or some action with humor, which like Marvel superhero style. Still plenty of fighting and stuff, but the characters have some humor to them. Some snide remarks they always want to get off. Um, which is probably why Spider-Man is one of my favorite. Deadpool's awesome. Stuff like that. But yeah, and then there's other things going on with this movie, like the main actress and what's going on in Hong Kong, which I'm not getting into politics, especially of politics I know very little about. Um, so there's this whole thing with Mulan. I don't know if I'm going to go see her or not. I'm kind of tired of Disney in general too, especially since they're buying everything like Star Wars, and Marvel now. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't know. Maybe I'll see it somewhere. Now, there was two trailers I saw right before I started recording this, and the first one is Ghostbusters Afterlife. As soon as I saw the title, I was really excited. I was like, yes, another new Ghostbusters movie. I didn't get to see the last new one, but then I watched the trailer, and the thing I'm even more tired of than Disney is kids being the main focus of movies. Just like a couple kids. I don't know. Especially when it's the Stranger Things kids again. It's like, man, I don't know. It seems like there's been a whole lot of either shows or movies that take these you know kind of what would seem like more adult themes or stories and putting kids as the focus of them. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why it is, but I saw that it was okay. I lost my excitement for it right away, but whatever. Maybe it'll still be good. I'm not. looking forward to it as much anymore. Maybe if they release another trailer, Paul Rudd's in it, so we have Ant-Man. I really like him. Uh, yeah, we'll see what happens. And then a trailer I didn't actually watch. I just saw that it was a trailer because I like Marvel more than DC, so I don't really see any of the DC movies. And I also didn't see the first Wonder Woman movie. So when this new Wonder Woman trailer came out, it's like, oh hey, oh I see this as a trailer. I guess I'll just mention it at least. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, those are the trailers I watched. I'll include all but the Wonder Woman trailer, a link to them. Uh, yeah, what trailers have you watched lately? Is there more I missed? There's always trailers all the time. These are the ones that caught my attention, especially Magicians, because that's my favorite show of all time. Everyone should watch Magicians. Yeah, let me know. What movies are coming out that you're looking forward to? And what books have you been reading? Have you already read What Did Tashi Do? Is that something that sounds interesting to you? Let me know. I know it piqued my interest and I really enjoyed it, even though it's not something I typically read. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm DAC.